Hello, and welcome to Thinking Out Loud. My name is Jill Francis, and on this channel, we're going to explore a variety of topics because I've had this feeling that I think we're all sharing some common experiences. And I thought that perhaps I could create a way where we can inspire each other, motivate each other, share with each other, and support each other. And so I thought a good place to start would be to ask a question that I think is fundamental to all other questions. And that question is, who am I? And I thought an appropriate place to start would be from a quote from Marianne Williamson. Now, this quote, I'm sure many of you are familiar with it, but this quote, when I first heard it many years ago now, really resonated deeply within me, which says that it sparked a truth lying underneath the surface, and it has stayed with me all this time, and I think it's really appropriate to share right now. So I'm going to read it so that I get it right. Okay. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us the most. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. I love that so much. And there's actually so many layers in that quote. That one quote, we could talk about it for an hour. But I really want to focus in on one piece, and that is you are a child of God. I think this is so important because it is the it's the source of our power. And we're going to talk a lot more about our power. But, it's interesting because I was taught that I'm a child of God from my earliest childhood memories, absolutely. But the version I was taught was not about who I am right now necessarily, but it was all about potential. That you are a child of God and you can one day become. But in order to become like God, we had to be worthy. We had to keep the commandments. You had to choose the right. If you do all these things, then maybe one day, you can be God or be like God. But not right now, because all have fallen short of the glory of God. So it kind of kept you in this place of feeling unworthy and undeserving. But yet at the same time, this constant pressure to keep trying and be better because, that was your potential. But in the end, it kind of just made you feel bad about yourself. So I had this thought occurred to me the other day, another way to look at it. So let's pretend you're born into a family. Your father is the king. Your mother is the queen. So you might assume, your birthright would be that you are also a king or queen. Prince or princess will wear that title. But it's like you've been given a list and your father says at your birth, here's a checklist. Here are all the things you must do in order to one day wear the crown or the title. And then at the same time, here's another list of things you must not do, or you won't be worthy of the crown either. And I just thought about it. I thought it's such bullshit, because if your father is the king or your mother is the queen, then so are you. There is no checklist. There is no worthiness. It is in you, literally. And I think that is our relationship with God. We are literally pieces of God, extensions of Him, children of God. I believe that He is in us and we are in Him. And the reason why this is so important, I think, for us to realize, and you can agree with me or disagree with me, it doesn't matter. I'm just putting out, what I believe, and this has been part of my journey. But I think that one of the lies that religion teaches us, it sort of proclaims that, follow your religion and you will draw closer to God. But actually, it stands as a barrier between us and God. Because I think that the truth that all religions don't want us to actually know is who we really are and how powerful we really are now. This is not an eventuality. This is right now. And it's, it's interesting because as long as we don't know who we are and we don't know how powerful we are, then we are weak, we are fearful, and we are very easily manipulated. So I think it's not just a question of discovering who you are, but actually remembering. I think we all know deep down. And so I think it's just allowing ourselves to remember who we are. It's interesting because, again, I was raised in a very religious family. And so I was very shaped by those beliefs. And I remember it occurring to me one day, I think that I actually might be God. And that was so blasphemous to me that I kind of felt instantly guilty, and I felt like I don't want to offend God. And I remember kind of going on this journey. It's like, no, it can't be. And then kind of but wading into it. But it's like, but I think deep inside of me, it's like, no, you really are. And I think we all are. And I think that's part of waking up to who we are and standing in our own power. And I realize now that my fear of offending God, again, we've been taught that God is easily offended or God is a wrathful God, and he's just not. And I don't believe God has an ego, so I don't think we can offend God. And I think that he just, cheers us on in every step of our own journey and our own discovery. So it's just interesting because like I said, I feel like it was there. Where did the thought come from, right? And I think that it was there, and then I just had a hard time seeing it because I had to let go of some baggage. And we'll probably talk about that on this journey as well. So I just thought this was such an important place to start because I feel like I'm sure I'm not alone in this. I'm sure that there are many of you out there too that are waking up to who you are. And maybe you're also struggling with it. Maybe you're doubting that. Maybe you're afraid of your own light and letting your own light shine. And so I hope that this is a place where we could share and talk and, like I said, support each other. So I am very, very interested in hearing what you have to say. So please feel free to share your comments. Please feel free to share this video if it resonates with you. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I'll be back soon. Thank you.